Hey guys, this is Vanngo. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I invite the beautiful Alexa Reyes here. She lent me her canvas to create this makeup look for you. I honestly have a hard time to name all the makeup looks, so we don't know how to call this, but this is another sultry eye makeup. I hope you enjoyed the video. Give the channel always a lot of love. Subscribe to the channel. Give this video a thumb up and do subscribe to the channel. I know I keep seeing that, but we love to see the channel grow, and I know a lot of you watching video but don't even subscribe, so please do. And don't forget to follow all of us on Instagram as well. We do work professional as a makeup artist. I work with a lot of celebrity and model. You will learn all the work as well on my IG, so don't forget to follow us. Thank you. To start every makeup, I always prep the skincare first. The first product I'm using is the lip balm from Summer Friday. This is a very beautiful lip balm. Now they also have lip balm with some tint as well. The second product I'm using is also from Summer Friday. It is their Vitamin C Eye Cream. I love Vitamin C Eye Cream. I think it's great for brightening, hydration. It's beautiful eye cream for under eye area. Always be very gentle around the eye area. I know I say the same thing every week, but I think it's something that we always should remind ourselves daily, which is a good thing. For serum and moisturizer, I'm going to use from a brand called Cove Beauty. It is a new brand from a model friend I know named Emily DiDonato and Christina Garcia. They together created beautiful, clean product brands. I love this serum. It is a vitamin C serum, very light but very hydrating and help brightening pigmentation. It's quite a nice texture as well. You see the way I do, I always just press on the skin. For moisturizer, I also use from Cove Beauty. This is full of hyaluronics, very moisturizing, very beautiful, especially under makeup. The texture is more medium to richer texture. Always give your face a lot of love. Do a massage to wake the skin up. For foundation and concealer today, I'm going to use from NARS Cosmetic. This is their most popular one. I think it's a cult favorite. It's beautiful foundation. And the concealer, I'm used two different shades, a little lighter shade just under the eye area, and the darker shade is almost the same as the foundation shade. Alexa, naturally, she have a little tan on the body and the skin on the face a little paler, so I'm going to try to blend them together a little bit. So I'm using the foundation on the face a tiny bit warmer. So if you say why I make her face look a little darker, it's just because I want to blend to the body. And that's how you should always do, because not everyone face and body the same color. So when you test the color, if you match exactly the same shade of face, it could be a bit too light compared to the body. So sometimes you just have to choose the shade kind of in between, and then from blending it out, it will look seamlessly together for the neck and the face. You see that? That's pretty much, that's all I'm gonna use. Just a little bit and blend out with a foundation brush. Close your eye for me. As you can see that even I use the shade a tiny bit warmer, but still blend out very beautiful. It's go perfectly with her neck. And a lot of question about choosing foundation, and that's how I normally choose. I never try to match exactly what the face is. I want to look at the body and everything else before I even choose the foundation, because you want it to, you know, one shade from top to bottom here. Sometimes it's really hard. If the face is pale and the body too tan, I would try to use the shade somewhat on the closer to the face, not the body. Otherwise, the face gonna look too dark. You know, most of us, we tan on the body, so try to use a little more color on the face, but then don't try to match exactly on the body, because the face gonna look really tan. And another thing is that, like, I would use the color somewhat closer to the body, and then I use a tiny bit lighter concealer and, you know, contour and highlight. That way you have a lot more dimension on the foundation. If you just use a darker foundation to match the body, the face gonna look really flat. And if you do more contour on top of that, overall, the face gonna be very dark. So make sure use all of those into your consideration when you choose foundation shades. For the concealer, as I mentioned earlier, I use two different shades, a deeper concealer to pinpoint anywhere I want to pinpoint. A lighter concealer I use under the eye area. Maybe under the eye area, maybe just a little bit around the mouth here and the bridge of the nose, but just mainly on those areas that I'm using the lighter concealer. I use the brush and then work between the brush and my finger when I blend the concealer. You can see that just a little highlighter, just a little concealer, just to highlight the eye. I mean, that's what I meant, yeah. And a little bit around here. I'm doing one side at a time, so you will see how I would normally do. If anything, I would do a little bit of the lighter concealer here, just to lift the mouth up as well. This all is from the lighter concealer I'm doing. And then I use a smaller blending brush or pinpoint concealer brush. You just do it. You pinpoint anything that you want to cover more. Keep in mind the shade of the concealer right now I chose is almost identical to the foundation shades. You don't want to use a lighter concealer to do pinpoint, because you're going to see all the dot of the concealer that you're trying to cover anything that you want to cover. Just very little, and you just blend it out and you see it look pretty similar together. That's how I would normally do on pretty much every makeup on everyone, whether they have beautiful skin or not beautiful skin. I know a lot of comment always want to have a beautiful girl, and they always say, wish you can do someone with like more acne or something like that. But you know what? It's the same process I'm doing every video. My video about show you different makeup look is not about, I don't want every video is exactly the same thing what I'm saying right now. You can go back to those video, you learn all these things in every video. The point about for me to show you different color use, different eyeshadow shape, lips, and all those details I want to show in each video. How to cover skin, I do the same on every single person. There's nothing changed at all. That's how my process to do perfecting the skin. And do the same on the other side. I just did on the other side, and then the same thing everywhere else. I still do all the pinpoint. As I just said already, in every video, whether they have gorgeous skin or not, I still do all the details just like this. There's no different at all. I know a lot of people tend to complain about everything. Every time I have a gorgeous girl, they always like, oh my God, why don't you more normal people? And trust me, model, they feel normal too. They have good day and bad day. They have pimple too. And I don't know what the issues is. And the truth is, I'm a full-time makeup artist. I don't have time to go and ask people on the street all the time or people I don't know. And I don't want to bring random people to my studio either, because I want my team to feel comfortable. These people I work with, you know, and it's so much easier for me to cast through the agency, you know, for the uses, for all the things that the law in the US here require. You know, it's a lot less headed for me. I don't want to hire just random people just because they're not happy with the video. I have to take it off. At least if I hire a professional model, their agreement, there's a contract, there's everything that they know how the business works. And it's a lot easier for me. I don't have time. So it's a lot with those things that's, you know, go over to get someone to be on a YouTube channel. And if you want to complain, go to other channel. Honestly, I keep saying all the time, this might sound very rude, but these are my gifts. And if you don't like my gift, go somewhere else. For contour, I'm going to use the liquid gel contour from KVD Beauty. This is more an easier texture for someone who want to do contour and easy to blend. You can put a little bit on the hand like this, and then you just really easy to blend it out. It's more like a sheer foundation, so it's pretty easy to get the shade in and everything without coating too much on the skin, and it's very natural looking. They have many different shades. I'm using this shade just a little bit close to the foundation. I give very subtle contour what I'm trying to do. You see that it's very easy to blend. This is a great way for someone who want to introduce you to contouring or bronzing without looking too much color, without looking too heavy, I mean. And then you can use the foundation brush, blend out the edges. So you can see one side compared to another side. Pretty easy to do. Very easy to blend. But the best way for me to recommend is if you actually do all the pinpoint earlier, don't try to do like this. You see the way I do. I just do tip blend. So I just really deposit the color without disturbing all the foundation concealer I used earlier. I'm going to do the same on the other side. I also put a little bit on the nose, just a little color, somewhat kind of sun-kissed everywhere. You see that I don't want to try to do much of the contour, but these just give a really nice color in the face, and I think it's gorgeous. For powder, I'm going to use the loose powder from NARS. The shade I'm using is called Shore. A little bit under the eye area, close your eye. And then I will matte the rest of the face. For bronzer, I'm going to use the large bronzer from Chanel. These are the new bronzer they have. The shade I'm using is the deeper shade. I believe I'm gonna list everything on the description box. Remember how I do in most of my video, you see that I always do very gentle with the powder or bronzer. And because you do all the pinpoint of the concealer earlier, you don't want to disturb it. So even on the bronzer, I also do like this with a patting motion like this. That way you don't disturb anything. You see, very gentle, just a little bit at a time. The same way I applied the contour, I would do the same with the bronzer. You see that very gentle, I just apply a little bit at a time. Don't try to do like this, it's a waste of products. You see that? Chilexa have absolutely gorgeous brown. I think it's really beautiful, full, it suits her look. I don't want to tweeze them or change them too much. I'm going to use a brown marker from Kevin Ukon. This one have a marker one side and a brow gel the other side. Basically, I'm going to just fill in a few individual hair and I leave the way it is. I think like when someone have beautiful brow like this, you don't want to over tweeze them because you know it's hard to maintain, and I think it's great with the whole vibe, the whole look going on. To start, the best way is for someone who low maintenance. I just use the marker like this and I just draw a few individual hair wherever you want to fill the gap, but it's just really easy. It's not too much, you know. And you know, like how you do it, just really random where you feel that it needs a little filling to create more of the shape. So you just step back and you know, and keep looking like this. And then when you're done, you just use the eyebrow gel and then just keep all the hair in place. I think not everyone will, you know, tweeze the eyebrow, and some people love the natural look, and I think this is okay. You know, I have models who have a little facial hair and they don't want to wax it, and it's okay, but I don't want those negative comments and making fun about them on my channel. I think there's nothing wrong with facial hair, nothing wrong with eyebrow hair, and everyone, it's just really, you know, their own preference, you know. It's the same thing, you know, how you want to wear your hair, it's up to you. And I'm trying to keep the channel to be very positive and not so many negatives. So if you don't have any nice thing to say, go somewhere else. For the eye makeup, I'm going to use these 4 products. The first product is a beautiful palette. This is a brand from Italy. I was there a few days ago and I found these. I think they're very beautiful. I love the 2 shades here. I think it's quite beautiful. It's interesting. It's more like a greenish gray. I love it. And they also have a gray long wear choppy stick as well. And I'm going to use that to define all different ideas on the eye. And then I'm also use a eyeshadow primer first. This one from Jason Wu. This is one of my favorite eyeshadow primer. They're very pigmented, but they have 3-4 different colors, you know, depend on the eye, the skin color that you want. And then the beautiful mascara from Sweet Lashes. To start, I'm going to use a little bit eyeshadow primer. As I mentioned already, it is very pigmented. So you see that? That's all I'm gonna use. And I blend it out. You only need a tiny bit with this eyeshadow primer. It's quite pigmented. Next, I'm using this long wear choppy stick. And look down for me. I do this a little bit on the inner upper lash line. Remember, these kind of long wear shadow pencil idea. Once they set, you can't really blend. So trying to do one eye at a time. I know I say that a lot, but it's a reminder as well. So in case when you do makeup and you do one and it doesn't blend anymore. So keep that in mind. Look down here, and I use a little bit on the outer part here. And I blend it out. And I love that it's not just a black pencil we always use, you know. I like that we change it up and we use a different color. And even Jalexa now with just a liner like this, and she's still ready to go. She doesn't have to do it on the shadow, but it's such a beautiful color. I'm doing the same on this side. Go with the smaller blending brush. Look up for me. I do a little bit from the outer corner of the lower lash line as well. I love this color. I think it's so beautiful. And I blend it out. And this brand, I don't think they sell everywhere in the world. So you can order online. They ship internationally. I did ask them at the counter and they told me that. But in the US, I think they sell at the Ulta. I also use a Q-tip and just soften this part even more because I just want the dark color only on the outer part of the eye. Let's see. And you see that, something like this. I think she looked gorgeous just like that. You don't have to do the eyeshadow as well, but you know, but it's just an idea for you to do different shape. And then do the same on the other side. If anyone more a minimum, you know, in the eye makeup, I think this is enough. I think it's really beautiful. I would also do a little bit, look up for me, on the waterline, on the outer part, you know, because I try to make everything a bit more lifted. So I think that would be another idea to help to lift everything up even more. Just this part, what I'm doing right now. Let's see. You see that it just gives the very cat-like. Now I'm using the color. I'm using this color right here with the big blending brush I used earlier. Close your eyes, and I use a little bit. Right here. Look up for me, and the same along where I do the smudgier earlier. This just really just deposit the color and set at the same time. I'm doing the same on this side. Mascara, she's ready to go. But you know me, I like to show step by step, and you know where your comfort zone is. You know, some people want a little more. You still can do a little more. Some people stop right here. That's enough for them. It's great as well. Next, I'm using this shades here. I think this is such a gorgeous color. And I'm using this one, use a fluffier brush. And I go very gentle hand. So if you want more color deposit, you can use a flat brush like this and just really press the color. Right now, I just want a really little wash. So you see right now, I'm doing just a little bit and just, you know, and go very gentle. How much I deposit the color. Close your eye. The same on this area. And you will see, close again. And again, the next step is how you want to end in the eye shape. You want to do really lifted. You can drag the color up more if you want to. You more rounder. It's up to you. It's all personal preference. And so if you want from here, you can see that you can keep going like this, and you can go high up here, or you can stop there. But for me, I'm just want to play. She has such a gorgeous face for makeup. So I think it's a waste to not really play with the makeup. So that's why I'm doing right now. The next step is I just want to really exaggerate up a little bit. You can use the same with the darker color as well. And you can use the same with this darker color, you know, you just lift it out more. And it just really just blend it up. I'm doing the same on the other side. So it's something like that. Earlier I mentioned like use a flat brush to deposit the color. You can use this one. My team told me that I show us our frame, so here's this the color like this. I'm going to use this same brush with the lighter color here. I'm using them a little bit on the brow bone. This one just bring, you know, some highlight around there, but I'm using matte color. It's not too shiny there, so it still give you the shape, the eyebrow and the brow bone. And then you use that brush again, just blend the edge out. I'm doing the same on the other side. Chalexa lashes naturally curl, so I don't need to curl them, but normally I would always do when I do mascara. So now I'm doing 2 coats of mascara on the upper lashes and 1 on the lower lashes. This is very nice mascara if you want volume but defining and not clumpy. So the eye is something like that. I think it's quite beautiful. You know, you can go more deeper color if you want to, but I love that it's still very wearable. For blush, I'm going to use this blush color from Giorgio Armani. This is cream to powder blush. I quite love this formulation. The shade I'm using is a bit interesting. You can see that, but it goes on very sheer and very beautiful. There are other shades in the brand, and I feel like it's go more pigmented, but this is more sheer. And then I use the highlighter, this one from Suku. This is beautiful. I think it's great color for someone olive or deeper skin color. First, I use a little bit. You see that again, and you just really just give a little hint of color on the cheek. Just really subtle how you're going to do it. You just press the product into the skin like this. Do the same on this side. Then I use a fan brush with this highlighter. Do a little bit like this. And I just go a little bit of the highlight. I'm trying to do very subtle highlight, so I don't want to put too much product deposit. If you want more, you can use other brush, but I think this is just so more subtle. It's a quite beautiful formulation. It's very beautiful color. Chalexa have such a beautiful lip shape, and I love her natural lip color. For me, when someone have the eyeshadow color like this, I would just do a little lip balm and ready to go. But if you want to put on a lipstick as well, I chose Monica Blender. This is the lipstick crayon, quite beautiful formulation. It's on the premier side. The shade I'm choosing is almost identical to her natural lip color. And you see that I'm just doing a little bit like this. It's a beautiful texture, but you see the color is very nice. And I'm just use a brush, just perfected the edges a little bit. I don't want to overdraw. I don't want to use a lip liner. I think just a hint of color is nice. Smile for me. This is such a gorgeous lip color, and the texture is really beautiful. If you want sheer, you apply the way I am, but if you can get really pigmented if you like, but it's very hydrated. I think it's gorgeous on Chalexa. To complete the makeup, I'm going to spray a little bit of the Tatcha Luminous Setting Mist. This way, it's gonna bring back some of the radiance on the skin. That's the final look, guys. I know the eye is somewhat strong, but it's still not too heavy. Chillaxa still look like her. It's not like transformative, and I think it's a beautiful look. I hope you enjoyed the video. Give the channel always a lot of love. Subscribe to the channel. I know I keep saying that every week, but my team is really excited when the channel growing. So if you don't subscribe, and don't forget to follow all of us on Instagram as well. Thank you.